What's up, guys? This is Nathan, ThatAlbumReviewerGuy here. It's 2015, so guess what I'm doing? Finishing out my 2014 reviews. Got 6 more to go, and I have 3 ready. So I'm going to shoot them out one at a time, and the other 3 will be coming as well, and then I'll get into 2015 reviews. So before I go back to college, probably I should have my 2014 ones done, and maybe a couple 2015 ones as well. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it works out for me. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to be reviewing the new album from the Foo Fighters, Sonic Highways. This is the band's 8th album, and it has a pretty interesting concept because each song was recorded in a different studio, 8 different studios across the country. It's a pretty interesting concept. And of course, they did have a show on HBO regarding the album, and the show is also called Sonic Highways. So yeah, food for thought right there. But anyway, let's get into this thing track by track, shall we? Of course, the album opens up with the lead single Something from Nothing. This was recorded at Electrical Audio in Chicago, Illinois, and it features Rick Nielsen on guitar. And, I think it's a great representation of the Chicago music scene. I mean, this track also has a vibe of something that could be off their One by One album. And my favorite part of the song has got to be Dave Grohl's harsh scream. It really adds to the vibe of the song, no doubt. Then we get into The Feast and the Famine, which was recorded at Inner Ear Studios in Arlington, Virginia. And this song has a nice instrumentation, but the vocals seem a bit lackluster. The Congregation was recorded at Southern Ground in Nashville, Tennessee, and it features Zach Brown. This song immediately gives off a southern rock vibe with the instrumental style that's featured in the intro. However, that vibe does not stick around too long. This song does have a great instrumentation, though. I don't know why I keep saying great. Whatever. And unlike the previous track, the vocals on this one are definitely up to par. This song does feature a harsh vocal or two from Dave Grohl. That's always something. What Did I Do? God Is My Witness is the next song, and it was recorded at KLR UTV Studio 6A in Austin, Texas, and it features Gary Clark Jr. This song gives off a bit of an interesting vibe because it starts off with a line or two, then a pause. That goes on a little bit until it has a regular rhythm to it. However, that pattern is repeated again later in the song, and this track feels as though it has some Lynyrd Skynyrd influence to it. And I also hear a bit of an influence from The Darkness as well. I'm not really sure how I feel about this track. It's not that bad, but it's not very good either. The best word to use to describe this is okay. Outside was recorded at Rancho de Luna in Joshua Tree, California, and it features Joe Walsh. I tried to get into this track, and I did slightly, but there isn't that much that this track has to offer, in my opinion. I mean, there's good guitar work on this track, but it's really just not an engaging song as far as I'm concerned. In the Clear is the next one, and it was recorded at Preservation Hall in New Orleans, Louisiana, and it features the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. This song just feels a bit dull to me. Despite the fact that the Foo Fighters have a jazz band featured on this track, it just doesn't give off an exciting vibe to me. Subterranean was recorded at Robert Lang Studio in Seattle, Washington, and it features Benjamin Gibbard. This song has the same problem as In the Clear. I mean, nothing stands out about this track, and it makes it rather dull and unenjoyable. And we get into I Am a River, the last track on the album. It was recorded at a magic shop, in New York, a couple hours from me. And it features Tony Visconti. This is the last song on the album, and it's also the longest song on the album, as it clocks in at about 7 minutes. And this is a decent album closer, but I was hoping for a great song to end the album with. I mean, the album overall does have some nice flow, and the concept of the album is great. I mean, 8 different songs recorded at 8 different studios in 8 different places in the country. You know, you'd think that that would be probably a great concept, and it is a great concept, but they didn't deliver it in the way that it should have been delivered. Kind of a letdown. I mean, this is without a doubt the worst album the Foo Fighters have ever released, in my opinion. I mean, the Foo Fighters are one of the biggest modern rock bands, and they've been releasing albums since 1995. I mean, they shouldn't be releasing duds like this one. It's not all bad, but it's definitely not all good. Favorites from the album: Something from Nothing and Congregation, and least favorites: Outside, In the Clear, and Subterranean. The album gets a 5.5 out of 10 from me. I was really hoping the Foo Fighters could do much better. After all, they're the freaking Foo Fighters. You don't expect them to release mediocre albums. You expect them to release great albums. And up until this point they have. But you never know. Maybe it's not the end of the road for the Foo Fighters. Maybe they'll come back eventually. I mean, most great bands have their duds. And, you know, the Foo Fighters are no different. But that doesn't mean they can't make a comeback. What did you guys think about this album? Let me know. My social media stuff is down there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. ThatAlbumReviewerGuy, signing off.